Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time and welcome to my show. I'll give you the latest status of all the negotiations that are going on in DC and whether they can result in more stimulus for us. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that the chances of stimulus are very dim. I'm just going to give you the truth. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lead you on, but I do have what I think is a pretty funny and sarcastic episode of Ignition Time today. I'm trying not to smile as I give you this report, but let's jump right in. As you can see, this is new reporting from Politico. Just like that, the drama on Capitol Hill recedes. So what's happening right now is that there was a lot of drama in the past 24 to 48 hours with the death of the Honorable Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and with the threat of a government shutdown. But just like that, the threat of a government shutdown is gone. In one day, Congress, specifically the House and the Trump administration, struck a deal to fund the government until the 11th of December, effectively removing the threat of a shutdown. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is, lining up senators to fill up the SCOTUS vacancy. But you'll see this tweet on your screen from Stephen Mnuchin, and you can see Stephen Mnuchin saying, "Thank you to Speaker Pelosi and GOP leader, meaning Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, for their leadership in passing a government funding deal. With overwhelming partisan support, the government will remain open and working for the American people." Now, speaking of Speaker Pelosi, I'm sure everybody in my audience knows who Sean Hannity is, the Fox News host. And Sean Hannity tweeted out something that I had to show it to you because I just thought that was highly, highly unusual. This is House Speaker Pelosi saying, "Good morning, Sunday morning," randomly in the middle of an interview. Let's take a look at this video clip.
And you can do so as soon as possible. 10 states, as I said, on Friday, started their early voting the day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning, Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Good morning, Sunday morning. We have.
Now you know why I was laughing and why I call this a funny episode of Ignition Time. I've been covering this for a while now on our channel, and I'll continue to do it for our viewers and subscribers. But I want to try and add a moment of levity to this entire situation because I think what is happening in DC is wrong, it's cruel, and now it's bordering on the bizarre. So I think we're living in the middle of a satire. And that's why I wanted to show my viewers and subscribers that video. By the way, I'm going to show you a video like this from either side. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. So let's get into more news. You'll see an article here from Politico, which says, House approves stopgap spending measure to avert shutdown. Now, so the House did approve a stopgap funding measure in order to be able to continue a continuing resolution to continue to fund the government. This way, the lawmakers would be presumably working, hopefully, to get us a stimulus bill. But essentially, the government is not shutting down. Now, keep in mind, this happened without a discussion about and without a stimulus bill. So, highly ironic when you really think about it. And it's expected that the Senate will indeed pass this because House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and U.S. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin did clinch a last-minute deal which consists of billions in nutrition assistance and trade relief payments for farmers. And this was after weeks and weeks of contentious negotiation. This is what House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer said. "We have an agreement that will keep the government functioning for the people. There was a lot of to and froing. A lot of people wanted this, a lot of people wanted that, a lot of people didn't want this. This is the best we have, so we need to take it." Now, unfortunately, again, there's been no discussion about the stimulus, which is really bothersome about this. Hopefully, there would have been some sort of a stimulus discussion with this, but there wasn't. And ultimately, leaders decided to include $8 billion in nutrition assistance, 4 times what Democrats had originally pushed for, in exchange for tens of billions of dollars in farmer trade relief payments requested by the White House. Now, Democrats did also secure key nutrition extensions related to the pandemic, including a year-long extension of a program that allows families with school-aged children to buy groceries during the pandemic. So House Speaker Pelosi did say in a statement that the farmer aid includes guardrails to ensure that the money does not bail out oil refiners, although the Trump administration already said this week that the funds would not flow to the oil industry. So Representative Debbie Wasserman-Schultz said, let's be clear, the fact that we are passing a CR without having already passed an additional stimulus bill represents cruelty and gross incompetence of the highest order. Pretty strong statements there. And Representative Kay Granger from Texas, the top Republican on the House spending panel, said that she was hopeful that Congress and the administration will continue the spirit of bipartisanship as we continue working towards a deal to help other industries. So that is where things stand right now. And unfortunately, they seem to, let's be clear, the government is not going to shut down now because the Senate is expected to pass that bill. In fact, I'll show you another article on your screen from the New York Times, which says House approves short-term bill to avoid a shutdown. So essentially the government will continue functioning until the 11th of December. But again, what is highly unusual is that there was no discussion of a stimulus. And what's happened is that the government will essentially continue functioning. Now, what is interesting and what is worth noting is that House Democrats had initially wanted the CR to happen without funding for farmers, without funding for the Commodity Credit Corporation, without the $30 billion that the White House had requested. But lawmakers in both parties were pretty upset about that and argued that this was a critical resource for farmers across the country and helped fund a series of bipartisan programs. Now, moderate Democrats who count farmers and agricultural businesses as part of their constituents pushed House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to include this money for farmers. And this was a statement from Representative Cindy Axon, who's a Democrat from Iowa. She said, I quote, I am deeply frustrated that once again Washington is playing games with the vital aid that Iowa's farmers need as they continue to struggle with the long-term effects of a public health crisis, an economic downturn, a trade war, and recent natural disasters. So she joined her state's delegation in calling for the continuation of aid. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ultimately agreed while insisting on limitations for the money. So that's how the CR, the continuing resolution to continue the fund, the government came along. And in return, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and Republicans accepted nearly $8 billion that the Democrats wanted for nutrition assistance, like I mentioned earlier, including a pandemic program that provides assistance to families with children who would have received free or reduced price lunches at schools, and an extension of nutrition waivers that Congress had approved in legislation earlier this year. So this is where things stand right now. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Congress and now the Senate. It's almost inevitable that this will pass through the Senate to continue to fund the government. What do you think of the actions from Congress, the House and the Senate to continue funding the government but not having a stimulus bill? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please also share this video with friends and family members. That was it, everybody. Let me know what you thought about the article in the comment section below. Also, please share this video with friends and family members. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know anything about me, check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. You'll know about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. So definitely check that out. I would appreciate it if you can click like, if you can click subscribe, if you can enable notifications. It's going to be your vote of confidence in me, in my entire team, and all the work that goes into putting out these videos in a real-time manner with these graphics to make the video visually appealing and easy to consume. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week, so please make sure to click like, click subscribe, enable notifications. Sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications, so in that case I suggest that you bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. Definitely bookmark that so you can essentially in your browser visit our page and you can check out the videos at your convenience. You don't have to wait till you get notifications, so that'll be helpful for you. You can also get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you can get added to SMS list. You can opt out of the SMS list at any time. You can also go to ignitiontime.com/alerts, go to ignitiontime.com/alerts, and then you can get added on our email list, and then you can opt out of the emails or the SMSs at any point in time that you want. No worries. Please follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. We release exclusive content specifically for our Instagram community. Also follow us on Twitter. We release real-time updates and alerts on Twitter, and our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. So please follow us on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. It's your vote of confidence in us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. Bye.